Welcome to my channel where we're going to explore your reputation. This is pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. We'll see you there. Hello, my name is Grisel with Psychic MD, and I'm here to do another pick a card reading. If you chose pile number 1, this message is for you. I should probably say clip number 1. Okay, and for you repeat offenders, I want to thank you so much for stopping in again. For you newbies that are just stopping by and discovering my channel, I want to thank you so much. Everyone is welcome here, and I hope that you all find exactly what it is that you're seeking. So today we are going to visit your reputation. But I want to do it with a twist, of course. Now, I want to highlight the little color box that my son bought me. My son is awesome, very thoughtful. And so he bought me this. And apparently I pick words that are a little bit too long for it. But anyways, here we are. So we're going to visit your reputation, and then we're going to go into who you really are, because reputation is simply, gosh, I mean, I feel it's more like people's perceptions based on what you're doing, perhaps, but let's get a little bit deeper than that. So we'll start with your reputation for clip number 1 or pile number 1. Show me what I need to see for the reputation of clip number 1. For pile number 1, show me your reputation and show me now the Chariot. Starting off strong. What else do we have? And the Queen of Cups. What? Actually, when I had my eyes closed and I was shuffling, what I saw was what appeared to be almost like a ripple effect in water, almost like the ocean. And then it changed into an elephant, almost like the eye of an elephant, except the eye was closed. So that's kind of interesting, but we'll see if that even pertains to anything here. I'm going to go ahead and move this out of the way so I don't have to taste sage. Not that delightful, guys. Zoom in here so you can actually see the cards. See what's going on. All right. So first out of the gate, I have the Chariot card for you. And so that tells me that people view you as somebody who has the ability to harness their positive and negative polarities. This is actually the card to victory, to success. I was also doing a meditation Paramahansa, and it is also the way that he taught people to meditate, and how to align the spine, the jaw, and how to align your eyes, focusing on the third eye, whether it's slightly eyes open or with your eyes closed. But they also talked about that being the bow. I think they called it the bow. Oh my gosh, I had it in the tip of my mind and it just left. Don't get old, people. Okay, so the bow, something about the bow. It's kind of like a bow and arrow, but basically you get the gist. So I want to say that your aim is true. Once you focus on something, you kind of lean into it with everything. There's no hold barred. You are known for somebody to take great strides. You could also be known for somebody who's a little bit like always on the motion, constant motion, a lot of energy, a willingness to explore new things. Perhaps you are known as somebody that likes to drive. or simply take trips. Now, also, I have on this side the Queen of Cups. And this is somebody who is extremely intuitive, extremely psychic, very, I don't want to say emotional because that's, if it was a reversal, I would say emotional. But you're known as somebody who gives their heart freely. And this is like the sacred heart. This is not about like, oh, I give my heart, kumbaya, I love everybody. It's, even though you do, I feel like you are known to love everybody, but it's more than that. I feel like you take people under your wing and you give to them on an emotional level that perhaps they're not used to, okay? Um, Also, with the blue, I feel like you communicate very well. You're known for your level of communication and for your love. So, those are things on the surface that you are known for. I happen to look at the bottom of the deck, and we have the Page of Wands. We're going to go ahead and take this as well. And so, the Page of Wands talks to me about falling. Page of Wands talks to me about just having high energy. Okay, it's part of that fire, that movement, that motion. Um, it could be a little bit of an in and out energy. It's a little bit also like perhaps you're known also for starting projects and getting enthusiastic about it and then kind of forgetting about it. So it's not a bad thing. I feel like we need to kind of have many different things going at one time, almost like all these little sugar skulls in the background. Eyeballing different things, and it's like you kind of plant and see which one kind of grows the best. So you may have, for example, like, oh, I want to do journalism, I want to do design, I want to model, but you could have also like 5 different businesses and people can't keep up with you. Pardon me. And so they could say that it's a little bit, there might be a little bit of fickleness in you, or a little bit of, okay, well, we need to wait to get excited so that once they're in motion, we know they're committed. So that's what they're saying about you, is that with your reputation, it's like, okay, once you latch onto something, you have true trajectory and you don't look back. But if it's still in the thinking phase, you can speak about things as things that are going to be launched soon or already in motion almost, because you're such a visionary. And then people kind of go, what happened to that? And you're like, oh yeah, that wasn't, it's a great idea, but I'm pursuing this instead. So that's something else that is a part of your reputation. So let's see what else we have. Some of my cards got flipped. I have no idea how. For pile number 1, show me more about the reputation of pile number 1, please. For pile number 1, what are you known for? What do people think? And what is your reputation? Show me now. The Queen of Wands. I feel like this is saying that you can be so many different people all at once. You're super fiery, and then you are super strategic, and you are a go-getter, but then you could be really intuitive and emotional, read the room like nobody's business. So people could be saying that they don't know who they're going to get at any point in time. If you work in an office, for example, people could be saying, well, you're so many different people and wear so many different hats, literally. Okay, literally, you have different hats on here, that they're not really sure if they're going to encounter somebody with a brand new idea, or somebody who's really going to give emotionally, or somebody who is like, let's go, let's roll, we don't have time for this, or somebody who is managing their own business and has ideas about that as well. I love that for you. I don't think any of these things are bad, by the way. So I'm a little bit surprised. So your reputation for pile number 1, show me now. The World. Yeah, you have that. Okay, so you're known as somebody who has really great perspective. And you also know when time has run out on certain things. Like if it's a project, you're like, yep, that's over. So you have the ability to put an end to things in a sudden way and in a firm way, that you're not going to revisit that idea or attempt that again. Now, whether this is with even your relationships, I feel, if somebody comes towards you and they don't kind of match your energy or your ideals or your vision and your intensity, perhaps, I feel like they have a certain amount of time to kind of prove why they are worthy to you. I don't mean it like in a bad way at all, but if it's not an energetic match or a match at all, then why waste time? And I feel like you are more than willing to cut your losses in order to continue pursuing and putting your energy into something that does work out. And I think that scares people a little bit. I feel like you can be really intimidating as well. So that is quite a lot for you guys, pile number 1. Now let's find out a little bit more. Actually, I want to we'll use this deck. Find out a little bit more about who you are at the core level. This is how other people see you, is your reputation being. So, for pile number 1, show me what I need to see about pile number 1. Who are they at their core level, please? Show me now. Let me take this guy. 8 of Voices. That is, if I had to pick a card that was like polar opposite, well, almost, this Chariot right here, I would definitely pick the 8 of Voices. Also, before I forget, the Chariot is closely associated with a sacred geometry shape. It's called a Merkaba. I probably said that wrong, but you might want to look that up if you are drawn to the Chariot. They're all connected, which is pretty amazing. Anyways, I feel like internally you think, you overthink. You could be thinking a lot and get locked in your mind. And because you're locked in your mind, like the 8 of Voices is the swords. And typically we see her surrounded by swords. And it's like, yeah, you can, I heard, yeah, bitch, you can get out of that. Sorry about that. But typically she would be able to just walk away. But I feel like what it is your vision is a little bit hampered or impaired by your mind as well. So it's like, okay, I have to visualize, I have to see it so I can kind of see how to progress, how to move forward, how to get out of the situation, or how to put myself in a more auspicious situation. Okay, and that's your perception of yourself. I think that, you know, obviously you're not telling people this because they don't see that part of it, so they see all the glory side, the success story with you. They see the high power of you. They heard, okay, you know, this is not like a PG channel per se, but they see boss bitch energy. Whether male or female, you are totally like, you're ready to boss up, take charge, be a leader. But they don't see behind the scenes all the thought that goes into it. Show me more about pile number 1 and who they really are on the inside, please. Show me more about pile 1 and show me now the Hermit. So you are somebody who withdraws quite a bit, and you withdraw in order to get a clearer perception of perhaps your vision, of strategy, of how to harness your positive and negative polarities. And a lot of times that's just not that easy. People think, well, you just get in the car and go. But there's a lot more to it. You're thinking about the logistics. You're thinking about everything that has, you're seeing through a wider lens than most people. And so what you think of yourself is that I feel like you withdraw in order to find your inner light, in order to find it almost like a template to see, okay, does this match my dream? And then you're like, well, it's kind of my dream, kind of not. And you go a little bit on that tangent, and then you come out of hermit mode, and then you do whatever it is that you do. Okay, so it can be very lonely at times. I feel like you definitely have a lot of heart chakra energy. Of course, this is the heart chakra being reflected. And what I mean also by like your reputation, I feel like in this case, this is definitely your reputation, like who you are at a core level, but people are not seeing the backstory is my point. Okay, so you definitely withdraw. People may have to come in search of you at different points in your life, at different times even. Okay, show me more about pile number 1. Show me who they really are, their inner world, please, and show me now The Six of Emotions, where somebody who is very sentimental. Mm, that is so sweet. I feel like you are also somebody who brings out a lot of emotion in other people. I think that people initially don't know that you're sentimental, actually. So if somebody gives you, for example, a crystal, or they give you a trinket, or especially if it's like a little child, they give you something, it's like you're really incredibly moved. I remember one time one of my coworkers, many years ago, gave me a card that her little daughter had made for me, and I hung on to it. It was so precious. But anything like that, okay? And I feel like also you have the ability to reflect, um, and be kind of a pathway for other people to find their true north. So the Six of Emotions is about going back to your roots, going back to that childlike energy, feeling nostalgic. And also the Hermit is going back within, almost like this person, very similar energy, going within to find that inner star, to make sure that you are headed towards your true north. And I feel like when you do this, you're also showing people the path. Look, I went in. Look, I'm nostalgic about these things. So what can I bring back from the past? And why is it that I feel nostalgic about it? And what can I do to bring this to my current reality? Those kinds of things. And also a sense of play. I feel like you're really playful, and you teach people to get in touch with that emotion and to play once again. Okay. Oh, hi. Page of what? I love this one. So you could be definitely like a researcher, a scientist, somebody that really researches the metaphysics and writes everything down and charts everything over. And again, you have a lot of mental agility. So your mind is swirling, a constant dance of action here. So you are incredibly intelligent. You may wear glasses, you may love glasses. I feel like also there's an intensity in your stare. But I also feel like you've been through really difficult times and scaled many different walls and fences and climbed many mountains all by yourself, even from the point when you were really, really young. And I feel like people don't know that. And that's part of why I feel like you get caught up in your mind. It's like you don't have time to waste or make mistakes. And so you tend to overthink things because perhaps, in order, I feel like you feel like sometimes you're behind the ball, and that's why you're always like rush, 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 run, 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 that kind of an energy. Okay, so let us see. We're gonna pull from the Shaman's Dream, and we're gonna find out a little bit about your purpose. I have a hard time doing like shallower readings, your reputation, but I'm like, well, there's more to us than what other people think. Who really cares, right? So I figure we just kind of lump them all together. Pile number one, show me about this. I keep seeing an elephant. I don't know if that means anything to anyone. Show me what I need to see for pile number one. Their dream, their true north, anything that might be of relevance to the story, please help us understand. And we're taking this baby. The eye of the needle. Well, I did see an eye. It was closed. Intentionality. Intentionality. I love that. Yeah, so I think that's why you may get caught up in your head quite a bit. Let's read from the book. Clarity and positive outcomes. If you look through the eye of a needle, what do you see? Some of the experience of being so singularly focused on the task ahead that it becomes natural to remove everything that is superfluous, every distraction, every non-essential, so you succeed. What is, in this case, the definition of success? In order for the threading needle to happen, everything not in alignment with your goal needs to go. The only way that you'll get what you need is true discernment, willingness to winnow down the needle thread connection to its existence, to its essence, sorry. The other needle looks so tiny, but once your intention threads through it, a vast opportunity is presented on the other side. The needle can mend, can sew things together to make something meaningful and new. You're experiencing success now. Stay true to your desires for the work you need to accomplish, so you're laser focused on the experience of creating and manifesting. The outcome is assured by divine forces. I'm going to read that again. The outcome is assured by divine forces. So stay your course. Whatever it is that you are creating, making, or doing, try to be a little bit less in your head, because I definitely feel like with your intentionality, Spirit has a way of bringing other things into the forefront for you, whether it's like tools or the means to do or whatever it is that you need in addition. So a little bit less time down here as far as these two go, and maybe a little bit more enjoying your life, playing a little bit more, building your businesses, whatever it is that you do, being a mover and a shaker. And this coincides with the world is ending. So ending anything that doesn't become the story that you want it to be. If it doesn't fit into this little eye of the needle and it's not going to help you, cut that off, okay? So I hope that you enjoyed this kind of reading and Spirit gave you a great encouragement. With that, please smash the like button on your way out, and namaste. Hi, pal number 2. My name is Griselle with Psychic MD. I want to thank you for stopping in. If you are new to my channel, very warm welcome. I appreciate you stopping in, and I hope you get exactly what it is you came here for. And those of you that are repeat offenders, thank you so much for stopping back in. Much, much appreciated. Ooh, this is so potent, you guys. This is... It's called Copal Spiritual Ritual Incense. In case anyone wanted to know. All right, pile number 2. So we are doing your reputation. So, of course, we're going to spice it up towards the middle of your read. But this is your reputation for pile number 2. Those of you that chose clip number 2. Pile number 2, what is your reputation? Show me now. The Knight of Swords. For pile number 2, show me your reputation. And show me now. Oh my gosh, 10 of Swords. Okay. Hopefully we don't burn the house down, guys. So pile number 2, I definitely feel like you are forced to contend with. You're somebody who's extremely mentally agile, sharp with your words. I don't think that you speak a ton, but when you speak, people listen. You're not in for the idle chatter. I definitely feel like you are a listener. I feel also that people can mistake you for somebody who's harsh, but that could be nothing further from the truth. I think that you have experienced a lot in your life that has obviously made you who you are today. So perhaps you realize that speaking a lot or all the time led to nothing but maybe gossip or people utilizing your words against you, or that it just wasn't really conducive or productive. Okay, so I think that you kind of gathered and observed and decided the best way to handle things is just to kind of observe. And when you reach a verdict, because this could be like my lawyers, surgeons, people that are, I always think of like working on spreadsheets, okay? Things like that, investigators, whatever the case may be. You make an assessment, and then you say what needs to be said. Now, sometimes the knight, oftentimes the knight is on the move. The knight is actually on the white horse. And this could be even, at times, I feel like you could be perceived as somebody who acts quickly. I hear thoughtlessly, so some people can perceive it that way. But I also feel like people are perceiving you like your reputation is you're like the knight in shining armor, because if you look at this, he's on the horse and the horse looks very like regal. And it's like you're here to save the day, to, you know, spit out truth and keep it moving. That kind of a thing. And I think that can rub people wrong at times. It could be a misperception about how you handle things or how you conduct yourself. So that is interesting. We'll get more information. And keep in mind, this is only how people view you. Show me what I need to see for pile number 2. The reputation of pile number 2. Show me now. I'm hearing coworkers, so I feel like more coworkers feel this way. 9 of Voices. A lot of mental agility, a lot of mental activity, a lot of perhaps even overthinking, inability to fall asleep. When you do fall asleep, perhaps it is difficult for you to stay asleep. I feel like you find comfort in intellectual things, and you're not comfortable in the other subtle realms. If it's not tangible, it makes you feel, I don't want to say insecure, but yeah, insecure, because she's kind of grasping this red cloth here, whatever that thing is. And to me, that indicates root chakra action. So show me more about the reputation for pile number 2. Show me now. The Page of Wands. So you could actually have some message in pile number 1 as well, as that came out. And so that's somebody who has a lot of ideas and is quick to move, is fiery with their passion. This could be somebody who comes in for a good time, not a long time. This could be a dreamer. A lot of dreams, a lot of goals. And I feel like people sense or know that about you, even though you're not really actively speaking on it. But you're always planning. Show me more about pile number 2's reputation, and show me now. We're going to take these 2. So I've got the 3 of Cups. People are saying that you like to have a good time. You are a good time. They like to go out with you, whether it's happy hour, hanging out, going perhaps even to your home. Any kind of celebration. Any time with you is a good time. I heard cut up a rug. For you older people, you know what that's all about, right? You might like to enjoy having drinks. Celebrations can be really important. I heard breaking bread. Just having dinner with people could be really important. And other people kind of see it in a superficial, oh, they just like to go out to eat, or they like to party, you know, whatever the case may be. But spending time with people is important to you. I think that's overlooked. Now, the Fool tells me that you're somebody who, don't burn. Don't burn the set down. The Fool is somebody who takes chances. This person is somebody who has perhaps been through a lot. Because remember, the Fool is like that perfect number, full circle. So perhaps you have been through a lot. This one is literally coming out of the grave and packing lightly. This is like, hey, I got kicked out. This is what I got. Let's go. Or, hey, I've risen. I've come out of hermit mode. Or I left my girlfriend's house, or whatever the case may be. Or I left my parents' house and I'm here for a new adventure. I'm here and ready for transformation. So people can see that now, especially, you're ready to even put the past behind you. I'm even looking at these like some mausoleums or tombstones and things like that. So I feel that energy coming through strongly, and I feel like you have a lot of optimism and maybe a lot of zeal to move forward, and people can sense that, even if you're not sharing it with other people, as your reputation is like you want to move on, you want to kind of take a deep dive and just go. Interesting. So let's find out a little bit more about who you really are from your point of view. Show me more about pile number 2. Pile number 2. What is the most authentic to you? Oh, hi. Oh, the Hierophant reversed nonetheless. That's the only one that was reversed, I'm guessing. Okay. So this is commitment, number 5. Or doing things that herd law and order. Pardon me. It's just doing things in a traditional manner, in the upright way, but because it's reversed, it's like what you think is like you're totally non-traditional. You're not ready even for a commitment. You are just ready to kind of live your life, explore the world, that kind of a thing. Maybe you're coming out of a commitment. Kind of want to put that here. Interesting. You don't want anything that's traditional that's going to tie and bog you down. That's why this energy of still being on the horse, partaking with people, but keeping it moving. Show me more about pile number 2. What is their own reputation? What do they think of themselves, please? How do they view themselves? Sorry about the noise outside. Pile number 2, how do you view you? Show me now. 5 of material. So this is lost. This is rendered. This is something has hurt me mentally, emotionally, spiritually, financially, and I can't even get up. But this has served to purify you in a way that nothing else could. It's almost like when they melt gold together and all the impurities come out and get burnt away. I feel like that's been done to you. Now, music can be something that has gotten you through these dark times. If this describes your inner world. You could even have gotten into Reiki or energy to help relieve some of this pressure as well. Okay. So, pile number 2. Who is pile number 2? What do you think of your own reputation? What do you think of you? Show me now. Which really, to me, is the most important thing. That's awesome. 10 of materials. This is like, yeah, I'm a family man. I'm a family woman. I'm abundant. I'm radiant. I really look at things in such a way that I plan and strategize and move forward with the intention to prosper, but not just myself, to prosper anyone within my circle. And I think in your mind, you're building security not only for yourself, whether this be like wealth, health, resources, connectivity, for the betterment of everyone that you hold near and dear. And people don't see that. For pile number 2, what else do we have for you? How do you see yourself, pile number 2? Show me now. An awakening, you're having an awakening. That's awesome. That would make all the sense in the world. Why perhaps you just feel like you're ready on venture. All of this stuff has just kind of burnt away. I have a lot of 5s here. Changes. You could be even resistant a little bit to changes, and aren't we all? I feel like even your throat chakra is being referenced here with like opening. Or even perhaps like your heart and your throat chakra, there's a connectivity there. So perhaps as your heart softens, as your heart opens, and even meditating on the colors green can help you with your throat chakra. You'll be speaking your truth even more. And I feel like you're waking up almost like out of a fog, like perhaps you have brain fog or things like that. And the way that you're starting to look at the world is radically different. Like, I feel like whatever happened to you was so deep that it changed you inside. It kind of it woke you up from being like, oh, the 3D, this is what we do. We work and then we live. And it's like all said, nope, this is completely stripped down. You may have lost jobs, family, support, friends, money, all of it. And all of that was in order to encourage and bring about your awakening. So the number 20 reduces to 2. That's about your personal power. And I feel like with that awakening, you're more in touch with the cosmos, more in touch with your intuition as well. Pile number 2, show me more about you. Pile number 2. my. You're like, show me, I'll show you. 3 of Inspiration. Yep, the domino effect. You're looking and it's like, I'm not going to repeat that, but I'm going to do something different. That's why you double check everything before you make a move. You want to get through this door to get on the other side. And you want to make sure that all connectivity is actually going to bring you abundance, that it is a good move. You're not here to waste any more time. You might even like pizza or like put salad on your pizza. This to me looks like a pizza for some reason. You might play the flute or a wind instrument. You might recycle, upcycle, or make things out of nature, or invest in someone who does. We've got the Page of Voices, analytical from birth, basically. So tons of mental activity, doing your research, doing your homework. These are all the mountains that you have traveled, and probably most of the time on your own. Queen of Voices. I feel like you could have been greatly affected by a female in your life. Now, this is your reputation, but I feel like it was shaped and formed. Like your life was radically shaped and formed by a female in your life. Perhaps somebody who was like glamorous, somebody who themselves, they were kind of flighty, maybe untouchable, regal. They could have been, you know, in the public eye so much that it didn't have time for you growing up, perhaps. I don't know. But it could have been that, or a partner, somebody who's extremely sharp, and someone who has a connection maybe to crows or ravens. I personally love them. And what you think of yourself is that you have ticked off the boxes. This is like the old school, taking the test and filling out the bubbles, and they put it through a machine or whatever. The Knight of Material. This is my person who is single and happy about it and content with what it is that they are blooming. That fire in your belly, that idea, those ideas, plural, is going to birth a lot of abundance, a lot of roses, a lot of things that are going to smell sweet and be beautiful for you. But this is saying even that you have just passed many, many, many tests, many trials. I heard for someone, health condition also, that you had to endure a health condition that no one else knows about. And this really radically shaped you as well. It was a wake-up call, perhaps even with that awakening. You also see yourself as, even though having perhaps like lost everything, or even currently if you have lost everything, that you're abundant and free regardless, that money doesn't make you feel abundant. Abundance, everything around you, your surroundings, your resources, your spirit, your energy, your connection to source, all of it. Show me more what I need to see about pile number 2's reputation. How do they view themselves, please? Show me now. Queen of Inspiration. Yeah. Got a little Queen of Wands action going. I have the pyramids being reflected here. You could be somebody who is not only awakening, but somebody who is really connected to their intuition, perhaps even at times wanting to deny it, or you've tried to deny your intuition, but now you're fully embracing it or waking up to it. And pyramids are special significance, so you could have little things like this, you know, pyramid, pyrite, but anyways, you could have different things to help you kind of connect, or you could be exploring or looking into pyramids and their power. Yeah. So your last message, what you think of yourself as a Muse of Materials. You are undergoing a major transformation, not a light thing. And even if you look at this from far away, this almost looks like a keyhole to me. And what is a key? You're the key into the keyhole. And I love this for you because it is a Muse of Material. In spite of you perhaps feeling like you have lost everything, you have not lost your abundance, your creativity, your mindset. You're going to be getting divine new ideas that are going to help flourish and grow your empire, if that's what you seek. I feel like you're going to go into it with a different attitude, different spirit. and that you have really clear skies ahead. You have a lot of abundance ahead. I even see like traveling through hot air balloon. I know these are roses, but to me they almost look like hot air balloons. And so right now you're actually traveling over a bridge, and so that's what's going on right now. And you could, I mean, this bridge could feel a little bit shaky, but you got it. So you are totally heading the right direction. And then here she's wearing like a red dress, so I feel like that's going to make you more comfortable, more secure, more feeling like I can handle things with my finances, my life. You're not in the fight or flight mentality anymore. You are actually in the healing mode and ready to move to the next phase of your life. Just be sure that you enjoy the entire trip. Too many of us look to meet our goals and we don't look at the trip itself. So with that, pile number 2, if you enjoyed this trip, if you enjoyed this reading, please smash the like button on your way out. Share, comment, subscribe. Much love to you. Namaste. Hi friends, my name is Grisel with Psychic MD, and I'm here to do your reading. If you chose pile 3, this message is for you. Just getting a little bit of sagey sage to eliminate any previous energies, to clear my own energy. For you repeat offenders, I want to thank you so much for stopping in once more. And for those of you that are brand new to my channel, extend a very warm welcome to you. And I do hope that all of you find exactly what it is that you're seeking. So we are going to go ahead and visit your reputation. I'm going to go ahead and use my table broom. This is totally not what this was meant for, by the way, I think. But here we are. Okay, so pile number 3. Let's get started. Your reputation, pile number 3. Show me what I need to see for pile number 3 about their reputation, and show me now the Hermit. Show me what I need to see about pile 3, their reputation, and show me now. Okay. So people think that you actually have a lot of wisdom, that you go in quite a bit. If actually, I just feel like more often than not you're a recluse. Okay, you tend to withdraw your energy, withdraw your light even, in order to gain a higher perspective, in order to heal, in order to come to answers that are like deep answers. This is not about like, what am I going to eat tomorrow? This is about like your meaning of life, and where do I belong, and how do I do, and how do I overcome many of my hurts and things that have served to be a tripping stone over my path and things like that. Okay, and I do feel like people know that you have a lot of wisdom, and they may seek your wisdom out. They may come to find you, they may call you, text you, and go, hey, pile 3, you know, what do you think of this, and can you help me, and can I bounce some ideas off of you, that kind of a thing. But they have to actively pursue you, I feel. And it almost feels like, okay, maybe for one of you, maybe one of you could have, I'm going to go with my intuition here. One of you could have like a near-death experience, okay? That really shook you, that really served to make you withdraw and not want anything to do with the outside world much. I feel like things that used to really add luster and excitement to your life are no more. They could still be offered to you, of course, but they're just not exciting. I feel like this person has almost like a charm of a heart on the ground, And it's saying like all the luster is gone from life, the charm is gone, that kind of a thing. It's like I have endured such a big monumental thing that I have to go within and find out what I'm really about, find out my true north, what it is that perhaps I left behind in my past. Because in this lantern or this lamp, there's an actual star. And so you're trying to find out, people are saying that you're trying to find out more about yourself, like what it is that you really desire. So I feel like something kind of catastrophic, and not just because we're using this card, this is the only pile that came out with this, but some health related thing or some monumental change like that has happened in order to cause this. And so you're kind of making a reassessment, okay? You're making a reassessment and you're in a cocoon ready to do a metamorphosis. But when the metamorphosis is going to happen, people don't know. I'm sorry if I'm talking funny. I have a retainer in my mouth and I pronounce everything funny now. And I do see here that like you perhaps have lost opportunities, or people feel like, wow, you know, you've been offered this and you don't care about that no more. Things like that, but it just doesn't have any meaning to you any longer. Now, I do feel like here with the High Priestess, because I was asking, and I got that health concern or health issues or whatever. The High Priestess tells me that definitely you could be somebody intuitive. Maybe you are just waking up. You had like a near-death experience and you woke up to these like new abilities. You're getting all these hits, or you're perhaps empathic and getting flooded with a bunch of things from other people, and you need to withdraw your energy and your light in order to really heal and take care of your own energy. But I'm feeling with the High Priestess here that you could have higher knowledge, that you could be connected to divine, that you actually are even connected to birds as well, that you get messages from the birds, that you are really connected to lunar phases, and also maybe to candle magic or candle gazing, candle scrying, things like that. I feel like you are a person that's a reputation for reading a lot or very well known. Like you read the mysteries of life. And I feel like also this is saying that part of your reputation is that you could read people like a book. And yet they don't really know where they stand with you right now because something monumental has happened and you're having to kind of undergo a new metamorphosis, a new transformation, if you will. But I feel like you have an intensity about you. And I also feel like people get spooked by you because you're on the money. Like you're preoccupied with higher things. And people don't understand what those higher things are, but that's your reputation. Show me more about the reputation for pile number 3, please. Show me now. 9 of Wands, yeah. You withdrawn your energy. You are perhaps like protective, and that could be perceived as defensive as well. People don't necessarily understand your need to withdraw. Why are you so different now than you were before? You could be a Virgo or have Virgo somewhere in your chart. When all said and done, and you are actually done with the Hermit phase, oh my gosh, look. Bottom of the deck, the Magician, that's when you come out. I mean, look at how opposite these are. You're in a cocoon right now, transforming. You're under divine protection. And it can feel very lonely, and at times very boring, and at times very confusing. But I heard the words, I shit you not. Okay, look at the hand in here. Source has a hand and sees everything that is undergoing with you, and it's for a reason. So you could be the Magician. You are going to have all the tools. Not only that, but look at all the candles here. Again, references to candles. So you could really have your mind illuminated on where and how to do your next steps, okay? There won't be a need to be defensive any longer. I feel like you will be able to move proactively. And I think this candle is completely out. So you could feel like you could have had somebody that has passed away or something like that recently as well that you're healing from. or just a monumental change. And also, I feel like you're in the transition between having like a green aura and a purple. So you're in need of like a lot of healing right now, and you're undergoing it, and you're doing exactly what you need to do, but that you're all these indigos and purples are going to start like becoming more visible to you, as well as intuitively other people are going to sense that you are on a higher mission than just a 3D world. I hope that makes sense. I think people know that already, though. Show me more about the reputation for pile number 3. Pile number 3, what is your reputation, please? Pile number 3, your reputation. Show me now. The 8 of Pentacles, that you're a hard worker, that you're hard at work trying to uncover the mysteries. What mysteries would that be? The mysteries of being a high priest, of mysteries of being a high priestess, of higher learning, of your consciousness. Perhaps you're studying tarot. Perhaps you're studying how to meditate. I also feel like this regal crown thing that she has, they almost look like a bunch of swords that by the time you're done, and even now you're already doing it, but perhaps you don't even notice, that these swords are kind of like mirror-like, that you reflect back the void in people's lives and the need to go within and make a transformation as well. And so you're going to be even more so reflecting that when you come out of this hermit hibernation phase. Okay. I feel like with you, nothing goes to waste, and you're going to start to understand that everything has been a lesson for you, albeit painful. Life is painful sometimes. But fear not, the sun is coming out for you. You will start hearing music again, feeling joy, feeling zeal, being able to listen to music, perhaps even sing once again. I do feel like you have some admirers, but some people also could be a little bit angry with you. Maybe you withdrew your light in order to heal, and it made them angry for whatever reason. So the sun is typically an extremely auspicious card. In this case, you know, people get mad at your glow up. That's not your problem. 7 of Pentacles. You're doing a little tally right here. I don't know what that's called, but I remember doing that with my son at his Montessori school once upon a time. And, you know, so you're taking a tally. You're taking a look and making an assessment as far as like what I put time, energy, effort, blood, sweat, and tears. Is it balanced? Is it worth my time? Shall I continue on this venue or continue this path of doing these things? And is it worth it? But most of all, I feel like you're looking to see if this is adding value to where you're at currently. Is it going to add value to my transformation? Is this path, does it need to be tweaked any differently? Also, does this path need to let go of people that are not participating or giving of themselves as well? So I feel like people are saying that you could be, defensive, like kind of like back off. Oh crap, look at the tower. So people could have like witnessed, you know, if you had a catastrophic health issue, then I mean, good grief, everybody's gonna know, right? Probably work and home and whatever the case may be. This could even be for some of you, like initially was getting like heart attack or heart issues, things that had to do with like lymphoma or possibly cancer. And then for 1 or 2, I felt like maybe a car wreck. But this, I even feel like mental health issues. And this is no judgment. This is absolutely no shade. We all need to take care of them ourselves. And I am glad that you are taking the time you need to heal. And really, frankly, the hell with what people think. Okay? So, I actually want to see what it is that you think of yourself. You kind of got a compilation of messages here, but show me more for pile number 3. Pile number 3, what is your reputation with yourself? What do you believe about yourself? That's the important part. These readings are hard to do with the gossip and the this and the that. They're fun and amusing, but they definitely are just so surfacey. Show me more, pile 3, about your reputation and what you perceive that to be. Queen of Voices. You could be somebody who is a divorcee. Maybe you underwent like a divorce and this totally shook you, threw you into hermit mode as well. So maybe not a health thing, but it felt like a health thing that you completely rendered immobile. At this point in time, you're trying to gain a higher learning, access even like pyramid power. I feel like you are definitely somebody who is regal, poised, might even be glamorous, but scary to approach. Look at all that. You have a lot of power. People see a lot of power in you, and I think you understand that. People could have said, well, you kind of scare me. Look, the Strength card. Look, the Tower again. Stop. People have seen what you've been through and know that you have hardness so much within you. Like your knee-jerk reactions, your superficial responses, your inner demons even. You've had to rein them in and control them. People know, you believe that people know also that you're extremely intuitive. And yes, you are correct. They're extremely strong. And yes, you are correct. And people, your reputation, they could see that maybe you have undergone a couple of different Tower moments, maybe even 3, but specifically they could see things have fallen apart for you. And again, this is almost like hitting the headspace. So perhaps even this is stating, you know, like a mental health issue or something. I'm getting indigenous vibes for 1 or 2 of you. I forgot to take out the trash. That sucks. Oh well. They come 3 times a week. Not that you care. We're going to wait for that. So what you think, your reputation is a 2 of Cups. I feel like people are really, that you believe people are really fond of you, that you really get people and they get you, vice versa, that you have a really deep connection with others on an emotional level and that you share a lot. Show me what I need to see for pile 3. Pile 3, what is your reputation according to you, please? That's the important part. Show me your reputation for pile 3 and show me now. Hanged Muse. Yeah, you're in a period of suspension, a period of non-action. References to the pyramids once again. Maybe you want to take a trip to see the pyramids or investigate a little bit more. You could be totally looking at things from a different perspective. You could also start thinking about conspiracy theories, things like the Illuminati, and everything else could really catch your eye. And you could be getting your own downloads about that. And that's, you feel like people see that about you. And maybe perhaps because I unconsciously, subconsciously laid that by the Tower. Yep, I put 2 towers in the same area. So maybe this is stating that maybe that perhaps push your mental health over the edge. Maybe that's what you're thinking. Pile 3. Show me more about your reputation according to thee. And show me now. The Knight of Inspiration. Yeah, you get something. You get a wild hair and we're off. We're gone. We're like running with it. And I feel that statement 10,000%. I feel like you could go from 0 to hero in like at the spark. It doesn't take much to get us going. That, you know, pros and cons to everything, but you could be a really, really fast mover. And that's why people are a little bit shook that you are in a period of, is it status? anyways, of like non-action, non-movement. Show me more, pile number 3. What do we have for thee? How about your reputation? What do you think? Show me now. 10 of emotions. That you are a little bit kumbaya. That you want everyone else's happiness as well. That you look after other people. That you are loyal. That you love to help people feel that emotional gratification as well. That connectivity. That you're easily approachable. Interesting, because I think that we have a little bit of a discrepancy in opinions, and you feel like you're really easily approachable, and I feel like because of these 2 tower moments, people don't know if you're healed enough, if they can approach you. And I guess there's some form of doubt or waffling on wanting to approach you. Show me more for pile number 3. Pile number 3, what do we have for thee? Show me now. The Lovers. What? So the first thing I'm drawn to, of course, is the Lotus and the halos behind these 2 people. And I still feel like this has to do with mental health, okay? I feel like, you know, and there's definitely no shade. I mean, like, I feel like I'm many people in one person, okay? Anybody who knows me in real life probably knows this. I could be completely like one way one day and then have a whole different persona another day. So no judgment there. But I feel like perhaps you're getting illumination on how everything really is one. Everything is really you, and being able to balance those out. So with the Lovers, I feel like you're thinking that other people think that you need to make a choice on who you are, who you're becoming. And it's like so linear, like you're all the way on this side or all the way on that side. It's like, no, we're multifaceted. We're, you know, we're spirit having a human experience, in other words. And with the Lotus, those are born typically of mud. So unless you go through it, the deepest and darkest and the thickest, roughest terrain, mud basically, those do not grow and bloom. But you may have a choice between 2 people. Last message. Your reputation for pile number 3, according to thee. Let's find out. 6 of inspiration. Yes. Look, I'm going to say the pyramids. I'm stuck on the pyramids right here. I feel like you're getting higher learning, you're understanding, and you're starting to see how everyone really is no different than way back when. We are essentially just a bunch of slaves trying to do what we do, pay our bills and go back to work, and pay our bills and go back to work. And essentially, I feel like it just gives me slave vibes, clone vibes, people that are not thinking for themselves. And I feel like you are going to emerge even more like an inspiration to others. 6 of Wands is somebody being celebrated and having that star that's within here. It's like having that victory. Maybe perhaps I feel like it's saying that you want to wake other people up to what's going on around the world, okay? Or what's going on in society, or what's going on that has to do with any of these issues. And people might consider conspiracy theories. I'm not going to go further into it because if this is your story, you know. If this is not your story, you done would have clicked off by now, right? So I do think that you are going to be celebrated, that the spotlight is going to be on you. But I think that the biggest thing is just you feeling secure with yourself, because you're already the high priest or high priestess. And I love that for you. This is my all-time favorite card. I love, love, love that for you. So if you enjoyed my reading, please smash the like button on the way out. I'm wishing you much health, much love, and namaste.